Hi, I'm Ray Russ, and I'm the industrial IoT companies with digital transformation. And not just with ERP, but also with the extended enterprise like shop floor to top floor integration, as well as cloud migration, as companies move in that direction. Joining me today from Atlanta, Georgia, is the Global Head of Digital Manufacturing for SAP, Mr. Mike Lackey. Mike, good to see you. Glad to have you here with us today. Could you do me a favor and take a few minutes and really talk about your role a little more in detail with SAP and how you work with Fujitsu and our customers?
Absolutely, Ray. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here, and thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to support Fujitsu, one of our top partners globally for manufacturing here at SAP. My job, I am the global head of solution management for digital manufacturing here at SAP. My job is to work with customers, making sure that our partner ecosystem is in place, making sure everything is there to make our customers successful, driving strategy from the market through our product organization, development organization, and making sure that we are delivering solutions that help our customers today, help them achieve their goals, 2 years, 5 years, even 10 years down the road. So, I'm very fortunate. I get to spend a lot of time with partners like Fujitsu, but more importantly, I get to spend a lot of time with our customers and bringing in, their challenges and how we can solve those business challenges together. So, it's great to be here. Thank you.
So, thanks, Mike. So, as I mentioned earlier, we've really evolved, and over the last 10 years, you've known each other for 15 years. In the last 10 years, we've been working really closely together at Fujitsu to expand our services for manufacturers beyond just that core ERP, starting with MII and ME, co-developing with SAP, condition-based maintenance, OEE solutions, and so forth. Now we've evolved to where we're one of the premier partners and a leading partner with you on DMC, Digital Manufacturing Cloud, and helping to work with SAP to really test and take to market also some of the edge solutions. What does this mean to our customers working with Fujitsu and SAP together and bringing these new solutions to the market and to our customers?
Oh, yeah, listen, absolutely. So, Ray, again, Fujitsu has this domain knowledge about business processes, about applications, and with a methodology that is focused on innovation and excellence. And when you bring that together with the products, and at SAP, if you ask me, we're focused on innovation and excellence in our applications. When you bring this together, I think it's a win-win for our customers. The cloud is becoming a key part of strategies in the business today for all of our customers. And they're really looking to partners like SAP and Fujitsu to say, I want this in manufacturing today. Our customers are telling me that I need 5 years of innovation in the next 18 months. And one way we can do that is by having a faster rollout, a faster access to this innovation, and cloud applications is the way to do that. But it's not just about things in the cloud. Down on the shop floor, we need sub-second response time. So working with Fujitsu is one of our co-innovation testers for our new digital manufacturing cloud edge component that's going to put, the capability to collect data, manage, and give you that always on 24/7 capability at the plant. Is a big part of our relationship here. And it's about bringing the right innovation that meets the customer needs. And that is why we're working together with partners like Fujitsu to deliver on excellence and innovation to our customers.
Thanks, Mike. So now let's take that to another use case. You're no Mark Twain, but I have a quote I heard you, I'm pretty sure it was you, I attribute it to you from a few years ago. And so I give you full credit for it, but I've adopted it because I really believe it as well. And that is, I used to think that the most important thing in manufacturing was getting a production order to the shop floor. But I've learned differently. The most important thing in manufacturing is getting customer requirements to the shop floor. So let's talk about Hunter Douglas, another joint customer of ours. Interesting, one of the world's largest windows coverings and blinds manufacturer in the world. And as consumers were looking for more and more custom blinds, they moved from more of a make to stock to almost 100% make to order. They get 50,000 orders a day. Yes, 50,000 orders a day that they're trying to deliver to their customers in 4 to 7 days. one of the most complex variant configurated systems in the world, and probably one of the biggest S4 HANA databases as well. The challenge was getting real-time data to their customer service group to get real-time information to their customers. Recently, and I hadn't met her during the implementation, we did 17, we went live back in the spring, we did 17 plants in North America, we rolled out MII and ME. But I talked to the head of customer service for North America a couple months ago and asked her how it was going and really what kind of information she was getting out of the system. She said it was amazing. The days of calling up an MRP planner, production planner, or plant to find out the status of an order are gone. Customer service now can go right into the system, see real-time information, and also there's a portal now where even consumers can go out and get that information. Can you elaborate a little more on this and what this means to the business at Hunter Douglas and even other customers?
Absolutely, Ray. Now, first of all, let's talk about this. The comment I made that it's not just about getting the orders into the production; it's getting customer expectations. An order is just, hey, this is what I need to build. The customer expectation is this is what I need, and this is when I need it, and this is the cost structure that I need it within. So it's everything about your business. And if you look at what we're doing here at SAP, along with Fujitsu is a big part of this, our design to operate, where we bring capturing that customer's requirements in PLM, planning for it throughout production, getting it into production, manufacturing, delivering that into logistics, making sure we have the right materials at the right location at the right time, and logistics to make sure that when that order is ready to come off the production line, there is a truck, a drone, any type of vehicle, ship, plane that's going to get it to that customer and exceed on their expectations. Hunter Douglas in 8 months, they went from 50,000 make to stock orders a day to 40,000 make to orders. So it's not like they got a long lead time that this is changing. So their whole business model changed. So this wasn't about a transformation, to improve quality, to bring out inefficiency. This was a transformation about survival. And you know what, Hunter Douglas, they chose the right application, the right partner with SAP. And together with Fujitsu, we went in there and we gave them a vision how this digital transformation can lead to demand-driven manufacturing. And that we talked about that 40,000 make to order. Well, when they were doing make to stock, they had a 10 to 14 day lead time. Well, not only did their processes change or the demand change to make to order, but that lead time went down to 4 to 7 days. And in some cases, even less than 4. So they had to be more agile. They had to be faster. And they couldn't just look at all 14, 17 plants as individual silos. They had to look at those plants in terms of they have to work as one. They have to work as a integrated, connected, global manufacturing operations that can deliver on my customers' expectations regardless of where the customer is. And that's pretty impressive. And for them to come in here and focus on the customer experience and integrate the shop floor, standardize processes across all of their plants, and have improved decision making and build agility, not capacity, but agility into their processes, you know what? They were able to deliver product on time with transparency through the manufacturing processes, with a higher quality, and maintain that cost structure. And guys, this is one of the most impressive digital transformations you'll ever see. And I remember when they stood up at Sapphire and said, okay, our customers are going to be a little, taken back. We're talking about window treatments. But I promise you, it was one of the most innovative, engaging sessions I've ever seen for manufacturing at Sapphire. And these guys are innovative. These guys were ahead of the curve. But again, it was because it was about maintaining existence. When their business changed that quick, they didn't panic, they innovated, and they excelled. And this is why Hunter Douglas is one of my favorite stories. I have a lot of respect for these guys. I have a lot of respect for the job that Fujitsu did working with Hunter Douglas and staying, on focus, on step with what their desire was to bring these 17 plants together as that one global operation. So this is a terrific example of where the business changes and innovation and a transformation is required. And by picking the right partner or the right partners with the right applications, with the right skill set, you can achieve success, and you can change the way you do business, and you can change the way you deliver on your customer experience.
Okay. So Mike, let's talk a little bit about how things have changed and really the new normal, right? So I mean, about 10 years ago, we saw a lot of POCs in this space around shop floor to top floor integration. A lot of companies got caught in POC purgatory. We saw a lot of projects at the enterprise level and really not working with the culture of the plant. Over the last 5 years, I think you and I both would agree we've seen that evolve. Companies were looking at, we're not going to do a project unless we've got an ROI on it and a business case and see the business value. We saw more and more companies saying, let's stop with the POC purgatory. Let's work with the plant, work with the business, and develop a long-term roadmap. You look at the environment now, with Brexit, the trade wars in the last few years, and now the global pandemic, it seems like things have gone back a little bit where companies now are doing POCs again, but around OEE, but things are trying to do to keep their business running right now during some of these things. What do you think manufacturing companies need to do to stay relevant, competitive, ensure the existence in this new normal? And secondly, what do you think manufacturers should do to build for the long term?
Wow, Ray, that was a lot in one question there. Look, it's about time today. It's about moving and accelerating these decisions and looking at what my business is going to look like. 2 years ago, we wouldn't have thought Brexit wasn't even on the radar, and then followed up by these trade wars, and now the pandemic. This has changed the way we look at the world. If we look at the last 10 years, manufacturers have focused on streamlining their supply chain. And then with all these things happening on a global basis, a lot of companies got caught with a single-threaded supply chain. So now we're seeing resilience built back in their supply chain, sustainability, making sure that I can get the right products at the right place, getting closer to my customers, bringing supply chains closer to the customer, and that includes manufacturing. Look, you're still going to have these mega manufacturing factories, what I call the mega factories, right? But you're going to have these micro factories that are going to show up closer to the customer and finish that last mile, whether it's the configuration or that last piece of manufacturing, so that you can over deliver or you can exceed on those customers' expectations. Look, today it's at the speed of which we do things. Let's take logistics. Ray, you and I used to be happy with 48, 72 hours delivery on something we ordered online. Then it got down to 24 hours. Then it got down to 6 hours. And in a lot of big cities, we're down to 2 hours. Thank you, Alibaba, and thank you, Amazon. So the expectation of our customer is about speed and agility. And that's something that is really driving what's happening out there. Look, first thing we got to do, our customers are out there looking at how do we get a better handle on what our business is going to look like 6 months from now, 2 years, 5 years from now. What's my demand going to look like when we start coming out of this pandemic? And then what's going to be the long term? The next thing they're looking at is how do I build my global operations to respond quickly to changes in demand. It may not be the magnitude of this pandemic placed on them, but there is always going to be something that's going to drive, or factors that's going to drive, changes in demand. That's why you need resilience in your supply chain, resilience in your enterprise, resilience in your manufacturing, which is a key pillar of manufacturing. And you have to build agility in your manufacturing process, the ability to move production based on that demand and based on what your customer expectations are, while maintaining the highest quality, efficiency, and cost structure. And that's why, when we look at what we're doing with Fujitsu and the knowledge you bring in our ERP, ECC and S4, the products, the knowledge you bring across the SAP manufacturing portfolio, and the knowledge you bring about manufacturing and business processes, man, this is a great formula to help companies achieve, this demand-driven manufacturing and connectivity that they're looking for.
Thanks, Mike, and I really do appreciate your input today, and I know our colleagues around the world do as well. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person one of these days. You and I have been around the world, I think. Last time, Frankfurt and Japan a couple times, but looking forward to seeing you in person. I want to thank you for your input today, and as well as SAP, the valuable contribution and the partnership and what it means to Fujitsu. Please be well. And I want to thank all of our colleagues and customers out there and ask you all to be well. Be safe. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thanks, Ray.